Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create a simple buy button in Photoshop. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes if you're quick. Might take a bit longer here when I gotta explain what I'm doing. But anyway, let's go ahead and create the new document and start out with the rounded rectangle tool. Create your base button shape. This is pretty good. I already have my colors defined. If you haven't, you can go ahead and double click the shape 1 here and define your gradient. Okay, now that's done. I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer and select the ellipse tool. What I'm doing here is I'm creating the overlay for the glossy effect. Just disable the gradients, and if yours doesn't have a white effect, just add the color overlay and make it white. Alright, now change the opacity to whatever you want it to be. I like this one, so I'm just going to stick with that. Alright, now this is a really crucial step. What you got to do now is you got to make this shape 1 into a smart object, and the reason for that is else you cannot apply the clipping mask. And the clipping mask is going to make sure that this is going to be this shape, this part. So when you're going to add the effects, it won't affect the overlay here. So what we're going to do is make it into a smart object, as we just did, and hold Alt and create the clipping mask between those two layers. So now when we merge them, it's just going to be this here, so you can apply these shadows and stuff. Okay, let's just call this base button and add our effects to give it more character. I'm just going to add a people and emboss, and I'm going to set this to 0 and this to 90 to make it align in the center. And let's change the color to something that fits, that accompanies our button color. I'm just going to have mine a bit orangey, a bit dark. Change the opacity here. Alright, this looks good if you ask me. Okay, so now we got the button. Let's go ahead and add some shadow. I'm just going to make the distance here and make this 90. Let's lower that. Just play with the settings, you know. Alright, I like this. And press OK. Use the text tool and select the whole area here and type the text "buy now." Gee, I wonder why. Okay, so now we have it aligned in the center. Double click it and add a gradient. I'm gonna use a purplish kind of gradient. Okay, this looks good, so that's okay. Now what I like to do is to add this gradient to my list so I can use it for future projects. So I'm just going to call this button text purple. Duh. Alright, new, and save it real quick. And here we go. So now you got your buy button. Pretty simple, isn't it? So now what you want to do is you want to crop it and disable the background. Save it as a PNG. And here you go. Alright, that's it. Stay tuned for more tutorials if I bother making them. Have a great day. Laters.